how effective is our PI planning facilitation workshop? Now, PI planning is a fantastic event, is a big event for the organization from learning opportunity, and also it's an alignment and social bonding experience. So what you do want is to have experienced facilitators that know how to facilitate these, have seen some of the issues that can come up, and guide your facilitators through the workshop and make sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. Is it possible that things go wrong? Yeah, of course. But if you've done it a few times before, then that's okay. You know how to deal with it. If you haven't done it before and you haven't got the confidence, a glitch comes in and that could throw you totally off, and you'd be nervous for about an hour or so, and then you might get back on track. But by then you've lost some of the audience and the credibility that you want to have with your organization. So it is an important event. We want to make sure that the teams plan to capacity rather than overcommitting or overpromise, underdeliver, to make sure they plan to the appropriate level of capacity. If they're fairly new, they're just newly formed, don't go over 80%. Generally, getting to around 65 to 70% is a good idea, even if you're well-established, team that has worked together a lot. Why is that? Because in PI planning, the perspective or the objective of the PI planning isn't to get your features and break it down to minutiae stories and sort of try and get everything to the, oh yeah, this is it, we only need so much, so that's it. It's about bigger sort of building blocks that will fit in an iteration. So yeah, that's about it. That's a story that will fit in this iteration, this one, and this one, and that allows us to achieve these outcomes, which we will capture as business objectives. Because when it comes to actually executing the PI, you still got your iteration, you've got your iteration planning. You will, if you like, take the stories, break it down, and knowledge will, you would have gained knowledge and you will improve on what it is. So those are the kind of things to do. I mean, we've seen, as experienced facilitators, we've seen all sorts of patterns. I've seen it where a team sort of focuses so much detail on iteration one that their 2 hour or 3 hour slot has gone, and you go to them and all they've done is iteration one sort of sorted. You say, well, hang on a minute, what happened? You need to be moving on. And again, as an experienced facilitator, you keep reminding them that it's not about getting the minutiae lined up so that you don't touch it. It's build the big picture first, make sure you understand what are the outcomes that you're shooting for, and go for it. Working with the Scrum Masters, working with the product owners, making sure that they know and they are coaching the teams and guiding the teams to say, look, this is not about we're going to sign it in blood and nothing can change. Absolutely not. That's not what SAFe is about. It is about, what do we know from what we know right now? What is it, commitment that we can make? And emergent knowledge will come. The other thing that is crucial is to make sure that the teams are interacting together, and that emergent, if you like, conversation leads to emergent design coming up. So it's not about putting blinkers on and saying, team one, I just look at my stuff. No. What is happening across? What are the dependencies that we may or may not have? Go talk to them. Even if you don't have a dependency, you talk. And that collaborative environment allows for knowledge to be gained and also emergent design to come through. So that's why having an experienced facilitation for the PI planning is so important. And there are other bits, like you got the end of day one where you got the management review, again, guiding the management team through what is the review, what's their role, the business owners, what's their role, how do they go and look at the business value. All of those things are things that you need to be coached in order to achieve the right outcome for the organization.